Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
Astrology. A person who is born while the sun is in Leo. The fifth sign of the zodiac. The sun is in this sign from about July 23rd to August 22nd. A zodiacal constellation in northern hemisphere between Cancer and Virgo. Large gregarious predatory feline of Africa and India having a tawny coat with a shaggy mane in the male. Astrology. A person who is born while the sun is in Leo. The fifth sign of the zodiac. The sun is in this sign from about July 23rd to August 22nd. A celebrity who is lionized, much sought after. The fifth sign of the zodiac. The sun is in this sign from about July 23rd to August 22nd. Characteristic of or meant for a single person or thing. An individual serving. Being or characteristic of a single thing or person. Individual drops of rain. A human being. Separate and distinct from others of the same kind. Mark the individual pages. Concerning one person exclusively. We all have individual cars. A single organism. The immaterial part of a person, the actuating cause of an individual life. Deep feeling or emotion. A human being. A secular form of gospel that was a major black musical genre in the 1960s and 1970s. Soul was politically significant during the civil rights movement. The human embodiment of something. The soul of honor. Causing or capable of causing death. Mortal combat. A human being. Involving loss of divine grace or spiritual death. Subject to death. Mortal beings. Unrelenting and deadly. Mortal enemy. A human being. There was too much for one person to do. A grammatical category used in the classification of pronouns, possessive determiners, and verb forms according to whether they indicate the speaker, the addressee, or a third party. Stop talking about yourself in the third person. A human body, usually including the clothing. A weapon was hidden on his person. A human being. A human being. A belt-shaped region in the heavens on either side to the ecliptic, divided into 12 constellations or signs for astrological purposes. Astrology. A circular diagram representing the 12 zodiacal constellations and showing their signs. A genus of birds of the family Sylviidae including kinglets. The brightest star in Leo. A star in Leo approximately 43 light-years from Earth. A pseudoscience claiming divination by the positions of the planets and sun and moon. A pseudoscience claiming divination by the positions of the planets and sun and moon. Structure displaying a board on which advertisements can be posted. The highway was lined with signboards. A perceptible indication of something not immediately apparent, as a visible clue that something has happened. He showed signs of strain. Mark with one's signature. Write one's name, on. She signed the letter and sent it off. Make the sign of the cross over someone in order to call on God for protection. Consecrate. Any nonverbal action or gesture that encodes a message. Signals from the boat suddenly stopped. Engage by written agreement. They signed 2 new pitchers for the next season. Used of the language of the deaf. An event that is experienced as indicating important things to come. It was a sign from God. Approve and express assent, responsibility, or obligation. Have you signed your contract yet? Communicate silently and non-verbally by signals or signs. He signed his disapproval with a dismissive hand gesture. Astrology, one of 12 equal areas into which the zodiac is divided. Having an indicated pole, as the distinction between positive and negative electric charges. Charges of opposite sign. A character indicating a relation between quantities. Don't forget the minus sign. A fundamental linguistic unit linking a signifier to that which is signified. The bond between the signifier and the signified is arbitrary. A gesture that is part of a sign language. A public display of a message. He posted signs in all the shop windows. Be engaged by a written agreement. He signed to play the casino on December 18th. Communicate in sign language. I don't know how to sign, so I could not communicate with my deaf cousin. Medicine. Any objective evidence of the presence of a disorder or disease. There were no signs of asphyxiation. Place signs, as along a road. Sign an intersection. Astrology, one of 12 equal areas into which the zodiac is divided. Astrology, one of 12 equal areas into which the zodiac is divided. Provide housing for. The immigrants were housed in a new development outside the town. A social unit living together. It was a good Christian household. The members of a business organization that owns or operates one or more establishments. He worked for a brokerage house. Astrology, one of 12 equal areas into which the zodiac is divided. A building where theatrical performances or motion picture shows can be presented. The house was full. A building in which something is sheltered or located. They had a large carriage house. A dwelling that serves as living quarters for one or more families. He has a house on Cape Cod. An official assembly having legislative powers. A bicameral legislature has 2 houses. Aristocratic family line. Contain or cover. This box houses the gears. Play in which children take the roles of father or mother or children and pretend to interact like adults. The children were playing house. The audience gathered together in a theater or cinema. The house applauded. The management of a gambling house or casino. The house gets a percentage of every bet. The members of a religious community living together. Astrology, one of 12 equal areas into which the zodiac is divided. A large and imposing house. Astrology, one of 12 equal areas into which the zodiac is divided. An arrangement of parts or elements. A configuration of stars as seen from the Earth.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.